Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, Boot on Blitz. Today we should be talking about the E100, the big, fat, lumbering German heavy tank at tier 10. Now this tank is probably my favourite tier 10 heavy for numerous reasons. Firstly, the gun. The gun is a 150mm beast. It deals 640 alpha with its AP, and those HE shots are mouth-watering, which can deal from 900 to max of sort of 1100. As you can see, I like to run the gun rammer because it gives you almost 200 extra damage per minute. You can run calibrated shells and get your heat pen up to high 300s. I also run optics, as I don't intend to be camping at the back of the map, and I also run the enhanced armor, which I think is crucial because that 4% extra to your lower plate really makes a difference when you're angling. You can choose to have an extra 180 to 190 hit points, but I think the 4% armor buff really does make the difference when it comes to a 1 versus 1. As you can see, this is what it looks like from a Leo 1's perspective with 257mm of pen. And you can see here that it's struggling to pen the turret, but there is a small sliver down towards the bottom where it can be penned, and that is because that area is flat. Here is also an IS-7 point of view, and as you can see, it really needs to use that APCR. So here I'm going to show you how I angle the tank. You need to be 45 degrees to the incoming fire. As you can see here, it increases the lower plate armor and also the turret. I see a lot of people angling incorrectly in this tank, mainly their turret, because they decide to point straight at the enemy. But you want to be like this, 45 degrees, and as you can see, this T57 cannot pen. If you did switch the heat, you could probably go through the lower plate. But as you can see, the 45 degree angle, and with the extra 4% armor buff, he's got no chance. Yeah, absolutely no chance. And this E100 couldn't care less either. He'd much rather shoot a much juicier target than attempt to shoot me. And as you can see, I then go for his turret ring at the bottom because that part is flat, and because it's flat, it results in an easy pen. You need around 250mm of pen to get through that bottom ring, and then the rest of the turret itself is around 280 face on. But as soon as you angle it, you're going to need sort of really high 300s to attempt to pen through that turret. Here's a game I had with my good friend Good Luck YOLO. He just came back from a rather lengthy break and he decided to pull out his missile spamming Sheridan. He's going to take quite an aggressive spot up in the middle, and I mean, thank the Lord, you need aggressive players now and again. So with the tank, we're just getting into places. It's quite slow, but when you do get there, you know, it really dishes the damage. So he spotted up the grill, and I'm looking to pump him with some HE, but of course the grill is one of the most troll tanks in the game. You know, usually it's armor is the best thing in the game, but in this game it seems to be no armor equals best armor. So the HE doesn't manage to pen. What can you do? Here I'm trying to side scrape, but as you can see, the heat pump, the grill pumps me with some heat straight through that turret. However, we do manage to give him a little bit, of love with the HE there, which really shows you how effective this tank is. If you can use it on lightly armored targets like that, the waffle, but also the sides of some of the American tanks, and indeed the rear. As you can see, even with my 338mm of heat pen, I'm struggling to go through the turret armor of the E100 when angled. Unfortunately, that AP round goes high, and I don't manage to pen. I see this T62A push, and I realise, yeah, we've got to go, because otherwise he will just die for no point. I'm looking for the lower grades. This luckily the shell goes in. The gun is a bit derpy, doesn't have the best dispersion values, but if you let it aim, most of the time it goes in. I think the E100 there fired heat and got a nice high roll there. Not too sure. I'm just pulling back. I don't want to get hit by the object because that has some serious AP pen. And as you can see by here, I'm angling up. And I managed to get another shot through there. And straight away, I'm pulling the turret back to maintain the 45 degrees angle. And the E100 results in firing HE. Right, next target, the object 268. Once again, you want to look at the targets which are going to deal the most damage, and he's got fantastic AP pen, so I want to get rid of him as soon as possible. Get through the cheeks and get a nice high roll of 800. Again, angling as soon as I fire. Another DD mate in the KPZ. I don't think I'm going to have that much problem against him, since his penetration is not great, especially in the premium rounds. His heat pen is not great, and since he's fired, I know he's got a long reload of around 15 seconds. Yeah, I'm just going to look to, don't need to switch to the heat, just because you are such a tall tank, I can just penetrate the top cupola of that tank. And that's a solid game. 5,000 damage, and although it didn't manage to frontline the entire thing, did manage to get a second class. As you can see, good luck a bit rusty on the Sheridan. This next game is in Supremacy. I don't usually play Supremacy, but I must have accidentally clicked it or something like that. But I would usually go right and help the mediums. However, because it is Supremacy, I think it's crucial that you cap the base. You have to cap the base. So I'm going for C, and as you can see, the meds have gone right. We've got 4 tanks right, and with me I've got a mouse and a VK, the German squad. So we're going to cap the base, and then we're going to push forward and see what we can find. So yeah, the tank is an absolute beast. I would advise picking it up because it will you'll learn how to angle. Quick snapshot on the AMX 50B. It's a bit lucky, to be honest, but I do love good no scope. And for some reason, the Waffle has grown a massive pair of balls and decided to push up. Got no clue why, but we'll dish him some love with an HE. Get a lovely roll and a fire to clear him. And there are 3 of us versus these 2 heavies, and the rest of our team is getting absolutely crushed on the right hand side. I'm looking to hit the IS-7, and as you can see, it doesn't look like a very easy pen, so I switch the heat and fire. As you can see, I'm straight away turning the turret to the left away from him, which increases the armor effectiveness of the tank. Again, pushing forward, you've got 2,750 hit points, so use them, you know. I saw the VK had taken a hit and decided I don't want him to take all the damage, so I'm happy to take one, even if it was from the IS-7. And again, the VK decided to push, so I'm going to try and push so that he doesn't get cleared. Having another gun in the game is going to be beneficial towards the end of the game, when he can dish another 640 damage. If I hadn't pushed up by here, he could have got cleared and won't be able to take out the T92 towards the end of the game. So as you can see, managed to pump the low glacis even though we didn't fully aim. We're a bit unlucky on this E100. His tracks take the shot, and these are big thick tracks, so if you do come across a tank, like I was saying, the 45 degree angle means that the tracks do sometimes take the damage. Managed to avoid this incoming missile while still capturing base B, which means that when this T92 decides to start capping C, we're not going to have any pressure on the Supremacy. So the tanks you want to clear at this point in the game is the T92, and also you do want to get rid of this standard, because 2 mediums, your turret traverse is not great, and neither is your track traverse. Luckily the VK helps us out really well here by clearing the T92. I'm not sure why the standard, oh there he is, he's just got an unlucky bounce and those side skirts which are really quite strong. So as you can see, the tank holds very well, and when you're making trades, you're going to be making much better trade for, even if you're playing against something like an IS-4 and IS-7, if he hits you for 420 to 460 damage, you're going to smack him for a solid high 600s, and like sometimes you get max rolls of 800. I was very unfortunate not to hit that standard B with a nice HE, but I think I aimed slightly too high, and also I forgot that the shell speed is slow on the HE shells. I'm just pushing next to on the left of the VK, so in case the E100 moved around, I would take the hit. For some reason, this standard B didn't really learn from that Waffles experience, so he gets absolutely smacked. And as soon as I come around this corner, I'm trying to find an object to cover my lower glacis. Unfortunately, it doesn't work here. I pull out, and as you can see, get smacked by the E100. Probably could have switched to the AP, but it wasn't to be. And the great thing about this tank is, because its gun is 150 the HE means that if you've got a target with less than 100 hit points, no matter how heavily armoured, you can splash it and finish it with an HE. So that's a mastery game in the E100s. I hope you enjoyed the review. A big shout out to Mega Player for allowing me to use the account and help get you this replay. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.